the group. We've got a big group today. This is the A-team meeting of the Greater Pompano Beach Chamber of Commerce. And although Lance told me to do our normal introduction, this is actually a really special meeting. Lance has done a lot of work. I'll give him credit for putting this together. We are here in South Florida, and it is hurricane season. A lot of people haven't been through a hurricane before. A lot of people, it's been a while since we've really seen a hurricane in this area. So this may be a refresher for some. It may be new information to some, but we're going to come back to that. We've got a lot of experts on hurricane preparedness that want to talk today and give you information. We are the A-team, which is a virtual networking group from the Pompano Beach Chamber, the Greater Pompano Beach Chamber. We meet 2 Fridays a month. You can go on the chamber website and register and find out which days we're meeting and sign up for the meetings. We do pass a lot of business. We help each other. We do a lot of business together. And we generally help the community. And one way we help the community is by making money, because when we pass referrals to each other in the A-team, that money circulates 10 to 12 or more times through the economy. So it really not only helps, frankly, who gets the referral, but it also helps our community. So that's the A-team. That's what it's about. We've got a terrific panel of people from the chamber in various fields that were put together today. In a minute, we're going to have a word from Jeannie McIntyre, who leads the Greater Pompano Beach Chamber, and she's going to tell you a little bit about that. We're going to have Lance Ellinger from Panther PC talk about computers and electrical issues. We're going to have Jonathan Feldman and Andy Castor talk about insurance issues. Wendy Gabriel, who's with Triumph Public Adjusters, she's going to talk about processing your claim and how to make sure you get fully paid, a little bit about damages. And John Guglielmi, and I don't know if did I get that right, John? John will correct me, but from Chase Roofing.
It's close enough.
Okay, but he'll have his information in the chat. Everybody will have their information in the chat. You'll be able to email Lance if you need to get somebody's information. You didn't get it, but John is with Chase Roofing, and Nicole McDermott has a lot of experience with disasters, and she's CPR to go, and she's going to talk a lot. CPR to go training. She's muted, but we'll get
training back. To go. CPR training to go.
CPR training to go, and that'll be again in the chat. And if you're watching this on a recording, we'll try and get those into the comments. So we got a big crowd here. I want to go back to Lance. He just talked a little bit about housekeeping, but Lance, we got a couple more people. Go into that quickly about
okay.
How we're going to run the meeting.
So those of you that just joined us, so just some of the general guidelines. Please mute yourself when you're not speaking. Please also no eating while we're doing the meeting. Certainly having a drink, coffee, whatever is fine. If you're having a cocktail, raise your fingers so we know you're having a cocktail before the meeting. And we have the chat window, so please put your information in the chat. And depending how full this gets, we may either take questions from the chat or we may take them live. Just as it gets fuller and fuller, it makes it more difficult to take them live. So put them in there. And so I'm going to go now. I want to introduce Jeannie McIntyre. Jeannie is the president of the Greater Pompano Beach Margate Lighthouse Point Chamber of Commerce. And we're thrilled that she's here. And Jeannie, over to you.
Well, thank you. And I certainly appreciate everybody getting together and sharing their information. This is an enterprise group, and everybody kind of gets to meet and do their own thing. And that's what this group has done. They pulled together this panel of experts, and they're here presenting to you all this morning. The chamber is actually part of the CERT, which is the State Emergency Response Team. That means that as soon as a storm is imminent, I'm getting alerts throughout the day. And if you have recalled in the past, I have shared those out to the membership as there has been any pertinent changes. We also, at that point, update the Chamber's website to include those announcements. And so we're in tune with the most current information, as well as being part of the City of Pompano Beach has a pretty robust emergency management response team. We have an emergency management coordinator, and I work closely with her. In fact, I'm getting promised a tour of the Hurricane Center, so I'm excited about that. We'll see if that happens. I have seen the hurricane plane, I have to tell you that, and that's a pretty cool thing. That is parked at Fort Lauderdale Airport at National Jets when it's flying. So it's an amazing process. It takes a lot of people. The other thing is I'm going to put a website up because as those of us who have lived through a hurricane know, it's very much not about the actual disaster. It's about the length of recovery and all the things that happen afterwards. And there is an organization statewide called the Long-Term Recovery Coalition. And I am also part of that. And I get information regularly and updates from them. That is a group of municipal leaders all over the county, all their emergency response people, as well as a number of nonprofits and faith-based organizations